Yeah, so my thing with this when it comes to contractors, and we love contractors and everything, but I think it's a problem that we need to discuss in terms of how do we get trusted, vetted, and credible contractors.
Yeah.
Because I've heard a lot of horror stories. And I mean, there was one I saw on the news where literally this guy, and it was on CP24 advertising. So it wasn't like it was just like one everyday contractor. It was advertising,
Which is a serious concern, right?
right? And at the end of the day, he ended up having to move to like a different country in Europe, and everybody was looking for him because he literally owed like consumers, like homeowners, 60, 80, 100K, and nothing could be done.
Yeah.
He moved out.
Yeah. And I mean, I can relate to that because just a few days ago, right, I took a client to see a property
Okay.
within the GTA.
Okay.
And
where exactly?
Ajax.
Ajax. Okay,
Right?
country. Okay.
I was trying to protect Ajax. I didn't want to
It's
mention
fine.
Ajax.
It's fine.
So people
Okay.
don't have a stigma. And then the interesting part of it is the fact that we met the owner. This is another beautiful thing. She happens to be, I think, a third generation in owner.
Oh, nice. So
Which
she
means
inherited
the house
okay.
from parent to
Nice.
parent, and it's very interesting. I mean, this is why it's very important to build a lot of trustee, around your property,
Gotcha.
right? It saves you a lot of tax for sure, and
Estate planning.
estate planning. I mean, yeah. And then we met her, very lovely person. She told us a story, and she said because she's selling the house because it was badly managed by tenants. Which is another topic we'll probably delve into at some point in terms of landlord-tenant, relationship.
That dynamic stuff.
Yeah, how to keep the value of your home even while on the, tenancy lease. Because again, you could lease your house and by the time they're done with their lease term,
You know somebody lived there.
and I mean, I don't want to say the different language. I mean, the house would have been used, well negatively, So that was our experience, right? And the interesting part of it is that, or not the unfortunate part of it was the fact that, she got very personal. She was telling us about, she's trying to do the basement.
Okay.
Pretty well done. She was telling about how she lost $50,000
Oh my gosh. See?
to
50.
a third-party contractor.
What? But how? How and why?
So ask me, guess who recommended that contractor to her?
The realtor.
The realtor.
So this is why I don't recommend contractors.
Yeah.
I actually don't recommend. I mean, you know this. We don't. I will give you a list of credible people, and then you make your choice.
Absolutely.
But even those credible people to be on our list, they have to be, But I'd rather. But I wouldn't pick one person for you.
And
That's
even
messed up.
both myself and the clients were
Right.
like, "Wow." No, she was like, "Yeah." It was a woman for that matter. So she kind of felt like, again, she felt like probably her gender was taken advantage
Their
of.
role. But then how? Okay, so did she explain how she lost 50K? Like, is it that she gave the person 50K and the person disappeared, or what? Or what exactly happened?
So she gave the guy started some work,
Okay.
right, and then never saw the guy again.
It's a lie.
Yeah,
And she gave him 50K.
yeah.
So-
which is also a bad arrangement. I
So
mean,
where did he get the work up to when he started some work?
I mean, she basically said she had to pay. She has to get someone else to get the basement finished.
How much did she have to pay the second time?
Almost about 40,000.
Gosh.
Right, and even we could see the blueprint that of what
Somebody
the guy
had,
did.
because they also messed things up.
Yeah, and she was showing us the staircase. We saw, the railings wasn't there. We saw all the work, and she was literally sweating, and she was literally comparing, like, I mean, a realtor. As a matter of fact, she was saying both the realtor and the
Because you recommended the guy or the
did
girl.
this to me.
Yeah.
Which is quite very unfortunate. Which is why for us today we're going to be looking at, how to work smart.
Right.
How to get the right third-party contractors. And again, it's not limited to, one kind of contractor, because in your entire home ownership or either buying or selling, you're going to probably work with different contractors, right?
Right, and engage them.
Engagement, and so we're going to be looking at things around, why a third-party contractor, why they're even essential,
Right.
why you need them. We're going to be looking at how to vet, and select the right fit for you from a contracting perspective.
And how to increase your home by $200,000 with the right renovations,
I mean,
or more or less.
I mean, interesting. Look at the property that I saw again this week. And I'm just imagining if it was in the buyer's market. I mean, if it was in the seller's market, I mean, that property is going to be it's going to be a gold in the market, because literally, I haven't seen any home in Canada that renovated.
Are you serious?
I mean, the quality of
the
renovation,
quality of work.
the quality of materials.
Was that the one that had like the sauna in the basement?
The sauna in the basement.
No, okay, I remember that one.
I mean, even my client was breathing. Was like, I mean, everyone was like, I got there first.
Right.
And I'm like, this can't be Canada.
Like, this is nice.
I'm not in Canada because it's just kind of very. It gives you a feel of what an ideal home, in terms of your building from a building perspective,
Right.
at the barest minimum should look like.
But then, based on what you're saying, I'm assuming that was more like a custom build, right? Because that house had like wall ovens, like that's like custom built grade.
But if you think about it, if you're building a house in 2025,
Right.
I feel those are the way a house should look like in this 2025.
Well, I hear what you're saying.
Because if people are doing those things themselves, just more like doing a feedback survey. What do people want to see?
So you're saying increase the standard.
I wish builders
Right.
can actually start doing that before they build.
You know the funny thing, in Africa, Nigeria specifically, they put wall ovens in regular houses.
Which is my point. To
Yeah,
say that
so
it's
I
like,
hear what you're saying.
it's basic.
It's a standard.
It's not
Yeah,
anything.
It's not an extra.
It's not an extra.
It's not like a nice to have.
Exactly.
It's like the standard.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
And I feel that, because now we're already getting into something different entirely, but
Right.
so that we don't lose track
Okay.
of the
Let's go
third
back to
party,
contractors.
contractor.
Yeah.
Now, I feel that if builders were looking at probably, if they were very intentional about beyond just building to get the money. And I know their excuse. Their excuse is going to be that if you build this way, it's going to be more expensive. But I don't think so.
But it's a reality for builders. Though builders are getting taxed. Like, trust me, the government is taking their fair share from
But
builders.
government is not taxing you for what you're building in terms of the interior or of your finishes.
But the margins matter though. Every margin counts for a builder.
But I don't feel it's going to cost you more or different. I'll give a good example. If I was
From a regular oven to a wall oven,
what's going to cost you different?
It will be different.
It's going to be the same electrical. Because
it's the same electrical work, but then it has to be more expensive.
Okay, but you're going to build a cabinet, right? You're going to build cabinetries in the kitchen, right? Won't
You will.
So
Yeah.
is that same spot you're building the cabinetry that the oven is being?
But then one
being kept?
oven can be 2,500, and that oven can easily be 8,000.
Yeah.
But then again, like to your point, they can actually get a wall oven that's maybe like 4K.
I mean,
So I see what you're saying.
okay,
in
if
that
for
regard.
example, builders say, you know what, this is going forward. Our basic, the base, because in a building there's always a base where this is what the builder is building, right? And then if you want to upgrade, then it becomes additional cost, a few dollars here and there for any new additional.
And they're buying in volume, so they might
Right.
be able to get discounts too.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying.
So I'm thinking, as a builder, if you're looking at the feedbacks, if you're looking at what people are actually upgrading their home to right now, why don't you start from there as what your home baseline would be? Because everyone right now, another example is spotlights in homes. Or
Yeah,
flat
you-
or flat ceilings.
took it there.
Or
Yeah.
flat ceilings. Do you get what I'm saying? Flat ceilings, popcorn in the home. Right?
Like, why not make smooth ceilings
I
the
mean,
standard?
almost everyone right now, even when they buy a house that has POP, I mean, popcorn, I would call it.
It has like those little rough
things,
yeah,
right? Which I
yeah.
don't think anyone like. Particularly
Some people might, some
the
people don't
Gen
mind
Z, the millennials. I don't think they do like those things anymore, right? Because right now, my point is, most homes right now, when they buy those houses with popcorn, how am I saying popcorn? With
that's what they call it.
with
Popcorn ceilings, yeah,
right?
yeah.
They still get to take it off and then put spotlight.
But then it's what's the? It's like saying, why doesn't Apple give you Apple Care when you're buying an iPhone? For builders, it's a source of revenue,
yeah, so which is what I'm saying
right?
that.
If you're trying to upgrade,
Which is why I'm saying that, why can't you set your baseline?
because you will make money from it.
Why won't you make money from? Because, for example, when someone comes to my house to take up my popcorn, how much am I paying more? 1,000, 1,500 more?
to scrape it
To
off.
scrape it off and put spotlight. That is what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. For builders, every margin matters.
So are you saying that? So why don't you put that
1,500 over 200 houses? How much is that?
So why don't you put that 1,500 on the cost of the home? I don't think a builder.
Then it's more expensive for buyers
mean-
in a market that is already expensive.
Okay, so if I want to buy a house of 800,000, you tell me it's 801
It still make a difference to you.
for something better, which is better for me. Because if I'm buying a brand new home,
Right.
that has popcorn, I don't like it, and I have to get someone to take it. Which do I prefer? For you to come that way?
Okay, so the moral of your argument is builders do better, increase the standard.
I mean, we've spoken about
Yeah,
this
increase the
already,
standard.
right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Now that particular house, it was beyond and above for sure.
So it was over-renovated.
it was completely. I don't like you because you always have a concern with that. I won't say over renovated.
It's over renovated though.
That's what you always say. That you feel like something is sketchy where the house is overly put. Even the doors. Even the doors from the entrance when you get in from the first point, like that is an experience. I wish we can do a video and show that home here. It's an experience. from the very first entry of the door, like entry when you had to everything's that experience from the beginning to the end, to the back of the house.
But in these markets, were those renovations really necessary? Because what were they looking at? What was what house were they trying to mirror in terms of that renovation?
We have to give them a call and ask them. That one, I don't have that question.
Okay, but, so can we go back to that guy, that scammer contractor?
So back to
How could what could the lady, for the sake of our viewers, what could the lady have done to prevent herself from getting scammed? Even though, and we know they are bad actors, they're good actors, but what could the lady have done differently to save herself that 50K that she lost?
Okay, so I think for a starter, you don't pay a contractor upfront, like all of the cost, right?
I wish I had a bell we could ring for that point.
You just like
never, ever.
You know that song, never, ever.
ever.
Like, don't pay a contractor the full amount. So
Even if they push.
I don't. Yeah,
because they will push.
Yes.
Some will
Yes.
push. Yeah.
Yes. So that's the first rule.
Right.
So if your house is probably going to cost you 20,000 for renovation, right? Focus so much on the cost of the materials at the very minimum. Like, and some are honest to tell you that.
But who says someone not running with the cost of the materials too?
Yeah, but I mean,
like let's say it's 20,000, you give them 3,000 and they just disappear with 3K.
As a matter of fact, to even start with, there are people that will tell you, "Oh, I had a contractor that came into my house, and we're going to get some things done." They said, "These are the materials I'm going to use. These are the cost for the materials.
All right.
If you want to get them yourself, you can go get those materials. I will tell you where to get them from. But this is the cost of my labor."
Got you.
So in that kind of case,
so your invoice should always be separate.
Exactly.
First of all.
But again, not everyone does that. Do that.
Right, because they try to hide.
Yeah, some will just
pad
do their
things
thing,
together.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that's number 2 flag.
Okay.
Right? Look out for people that are very, very honest, and how can you find them? Some would detail how for you the cost of materials and the materials that you want, and then they'll defend from the labor cost, right? Because again, the material cost is not negotiable. This is why they'll tell you can go buy it yourself.
But in a case where now the contractor has piled in those aggregated those costs together, how do you
tell them to separate it?
And if they refuse, what do you do then?
There are a lot of contractors you can explore. Why? As a matter of fact, why do you even have one contractor you're even getting a quote from?
As waiting for that's the second point.
But you don't have to like spend so much of time on only one person.
True.
Right? You could have 1, 2, 3.
The rule of threes.
Contractors
always have 3, man.
And
always have 3.
And one thing for sure, they won't behave the same way.
No.
Right? If they're all behaving the same way, then something might be something.
Check yourself.
Check yourself.
Yep.
You know.
So, but I'm saying, even when it's the rule of 3 and you get 3 different quotes, people, please don't always go for the cheapest quote.
Yeah.
Because people, I see buyers or sellers kind of fall into that trap as well, where now you've gotten, so the first one, you already have the separated quotation, fine. Now you have 3 different people, perfect. But also don't just go for the cheapest person, because there also has to be, and maybe that'll be your next point now, in terms of what job have they done before? Who is their reference?
Yeah. So you want to ask for references, right? I think people probably kind of get lazy,
right,
instead of taking that next step, and just picking that phone and just call those references for real, or even asking if they have like a Google review, or you can even check them up on Kijiji if they have Kijiji, or they have Facebook Marketplace reviews. I mean, as little as those things might even people might feel it's not even credible, but at least at the barest minimum, those are like the extra steps check you could do yourself, because you don't have a control over everything.
If they don't have a website, I don't think I might. I mean, maybe it's just me. I might never give you that job if you don't have a website, because I feel like unless I know you personally and I've seen your work, I might not give you, because there's a certain level of professionalism
that you bring
into what you do. And like people, like our pastor always says, like, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
If a contractor comes to a job site and then his car is all like banged up on the side on the left, excellence would not happen. That's I know it's a strange statement, but I found it to be true.
Yeah.
Not more than once, because if you come, if your car is all banged up, is rickety, what makes you think this person is going to take 100,000 and manage it well?
And guess what? I've been talking about contractors. I've had my fingers burnt, not once. At least I've had my fingers burnt twice.
Oh my gosh.
On serious major things that had to be done.
Tell us
what
one.
am I even saying?
Tell us one.
3 times.
Guy, you hit the
3 times. So the first time was with a door.
Okay.
Now, oh my God, this guy does not speak English. So he has an interpreter. I can't even imagine how I got myself into that.
I was not expecting that.
I mean,
So 2 of them came to your house.
and so I'm sure people can relate. You have them right
Oh
now in the
my
market
days.
where somebody will be speaking to you, and it's not the one going to do the job. Okay, so it's going to take the job. Okay, why are you laughing? Like, that embarrass me now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
So someone, which is why I agree with you when you spoke about the website thinking.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get to a point where you need to then ask them if they are licensed.
Exactly.
And verify that they actually
And they have insurance as well.
all of those things. I mean, to just show you how critical those things are.
Yeah.
Now, actually, people can relate to this when you reach out to probably you're finding it. And again, it goes to even you yourself as the person that want to get the job done. We are looking for cheap labor. Right? And you're going on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, GG.
Okay, GG. And you will be GG anyway. You actually be GG. So I think even for us as people,
Yeah.
we also need customers should be very, very mindful and be, because the difference between that guy that is on Facebook, I'm not saying you don't have good guys. I've also had good experience with people
On
on
Facebook.
Facebook.
So, because some contractors use Facebook for lead generation.
Yeah.
Because it's just trying to get you in the door.
Now,
So
the
I get
difference
that.
between that guy on Facebook, who is just like an handyman, your
Right.
messenger and is replying you direct without any website, any company, anything, and those guys that do have a company registered,
Right.
is the fact that he's going to come at a premium for sure. And what you're paying for is one, that credibility,
True.
the contacts,
True.
the fact that they have a physical office, they have they have an ideal business that you could
address.
follow up with, and then when something goes wrong in your job, they can always come back
You know where to go to.
to get the job done. That's what you're paying for.
And sorry, just to piggyback off that statement, it's also due to the fact that when you get a bad contractor, right? Because think about, let's say contractor A gives you 80,000 for a job, and the Kijiji guy, actually let's not say Kijiji because Kijiji might come for us. I'm just using, and a particular guy from any online website gives you 60,000. So there's a 20K gap,
Which is a lot for people.
I think 20,000. I must spend an extra 20,000 just for the exact. It's not the same basement. Now, if that guy from that gave you 60K messes up, the cost what it will cost you to tear everything down is still more expensive than just going with the person that would cost you 80. So you thought you were saving 20,000, but you're actually losing 50 by not using the right person in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I agree with 100%. Now, back to my story. Now, you will find that the guy, and you have them on social media these days, right? So the person advertising is not the same person that will do the job. Okay? So the guy advertising speaks English.
Right.
He can communicate with you.
Right.
Now, because you can't see them,
Okay,
right?
so he's a marketing
strategy.
agent or
That's-
company. Got
So
you.
the
That makes
guy,
sense
because
now.
he doesn't have the experience.
Right.
So those guys probably, I don't know where they came from. I don't want to stereotype anybody.
Yeah.
Right? Probably they are whatever. But they can't speak English.
It was just to get the. So they just get the lead.
But they can get the job done.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
when they come, don't forget it's communication.
Right.
Now, so you would have told the guy, I want this done, I want this done, I want this done. Then the guy will interpret it in the language
To
the person.
contractor.
Communication flow.
That's too long.
It can't be consistent.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Okay? Now, when the guy explained to the guy and everything was fine, that guy is also taking his own cut.
He doesn't care. Yeah.
Right? So he would negotiate based on the fact that he's going to take his cut.
Right.
Now, my own experience was, it was going to be, I mean, I wanted to get some premium doors. I was tired of those typical plywood, I call them plywood doors.
Got you.
I wanted those pretty fine, smooth doors,
Okay.
and that was my intention.
Okay.
And then this guy...
Was this the front door or your interior door?
No, interior doors
Okay, gotcha.
of the 3 rooms.
Okay.
I wanted it just to, give it a better look. And then the guy came, agreed, and I don't want to promote any business. I went to one of our big, retail store to look at, what I wanted.
Right.
And then, but when this guy came, he spoke to me like, oh, I shouldn't worry. They're going to bring, they know the door I'm talking about. And then we agreed on a good price. It was cheap. So for me, again, I'm saying that we also want to lowball ourselves.
Right.
Right. Looking at the price of where I got it from the actual big retail store compared to them, we're like, oh, we have contractors that can, they know where they get these things from. And then we agreed and everything. That was my first experience. When they brought it, it wasn't even the same door. It was different. But the guy said, it doesn't really matter. I don't even know how I got convinced. And I bought into that door. Right?
So what happened to
And
the
then
doors?
they fixed the door. And then door was not opening. It was hanging. And the guy was telling me that it's the weather. That during summer, the door shrinks.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, but this one was hard. Like, you literally had to use all the breath
Force,
inside of you to force the door. No matter how, I mean,
was it like a measurement thing, or
it was a measurement thing,
based on maybe the door size?
So, and even from the floor, from the knob, it wasn't. So it was such a very bad experience. Now you would never find that kind of experience. And where can you find that guy? It's gone. I called him back.
Gone.
Nothing happened. As bad as it was, the guy I had to. So when I moved to a different property,
Right.
I had to get some job done. This guy showed. I said, "No way!"
Oh, he came again.
He didn't even have the one.
Okay.
So it was a different location.
Okay.
Immediately I saw the guy. I said, "No way." The guy said, "What did I do?"
See what happens.
I said, "No way, not you, not you."
Yeah, got triggered.
I didn't want. I'm not even interested. I didn't want to know what you want to do. Now that's one experience.
Right.
My second experience was which is why I'm so angry with builders with the whole popcorn
thing.
Right? I got someone to come take up my scrape up my popcorn.
Right.
Again, I went on Facebook, found this guy. I got a quote from some other guy that seems to be that someone had recommended for me.
Okay.
But was kind of pricey. Then I got this other guy trying to save cost again. So
you went for the
customers, like you said, you're paying for something.
Right.
And then this guy came, did the PO, did my flat ceiling, installed the pot lights, and the guy finished the work like 10 o'clock. Now imagine I was coming from a place where we had just only one light.
Right.
To like 12 pot lights.
Nice.
And everywhere looked well illuminated.
Right.
I was excited. So I couldn't even check the details of the edges. Then the following morning,
that was when the
lights
came.
All the secrets, all the terrible things the guy
started seeing everything.
Guess what? And I'm sure if you've experienced popcorn removal, you're basically dealing with dust.
Yeah.
Like the entire house was consumed with dust.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cleaning out, even after they were done, right? Even while they're getting the house, you're probably part of them as well. Because even if you're
it's a messy job for sure.
Messy job. Now imagine going through that kind of experience and having to go through it twice. Because now
so you have to get somebody to come back.
To get that same guy I was running away from.
Gosh, to come and fix.
And the guy said he had to do. Number one, he's even angry. He's even pissed because you went to get just another guy, and like, okay, no problem.
Now I have you.
And the guy had to. I didn't, at that point, I didn't care because it was. I mean, I can't pay that much of money. I had something I wanted to, that I was expecting, envision for the house, and then we had to do all over again.
So just can you? What was the price difference between both of them? Do you remember what the price difference was?
Maybe probably about 3,000.
Okay, and so
and I had to pay about 2,000 when the guy was to come back. Just basically 1,000. But look at the whole stress.
Yeah,
it wasn't worth it.
Just go. So it's not always. Yeah,
it wasn't worth it. So the key takeaway is, I mean, you want to go for premium contractors. We said that clearly.
Absolutely.
Number two, you want to get references. You want to be able to verify them. What have they done before?
Sure.
Either you want to call, either you want to check reviews online of, either on Google reviews or any platform where you could get reviews. And I think number three, like we mentioned, is you want to, they have license.
Check what their licenses are, yeah.
Because the license, like, there's something at stake.
And insurance as well. It's called WSIB, so that's to protect you as a homeowner.
Yeah.
If someone comes to your house, they're doing the popcorn, they now fall down and break their back.
Yeah.
If that person doesn't have WSIB insurance, you're in trouble. Because the person decides to sue you, you're liable because it's on your property.
Yeah. Work safety.
Yeah, so work safety, that's what it's called. So you have to have that as well.
I think it's very important. I think for our customers or for our clients, it's important for you to know, or for our viewers rather. I'm always thinking about customers and clients. For our viewers, I mean, as much as you want to save some dollar, which again, it might look significant, to be honest, in some instances, right? Because $10,000, $5,000 is quite a lot.
Yeah. If you then just wait, you don't have to do the job unless you're pressed for time.
You're pressed for it, yeah.
Because
again, the cost you're going to bear in terms of looking at, I can go on and on.
There's so many stories.
So many stories. Look at the lady I said, the property, $50,000.
Yeah, just gone. She has to pay another 40. That's like
90,000. And you can't find them.
Yeah, you can't.
And guess what? The annoying part of it.
What?
If you ever get involved with the police,
it's not their problem.
They'll tell you to go to small claims court.
Yeah, it's not their problem. They don't
and
care.
Then, I mean, you just don't. I mean, and
police is dealing with more important things.
So it's not. So when you got into the agreement,
they're not there. They're not involved, right?
So it's you don't want to get into that kind of mess. So which kind of check all those things. Be very intentional about. And again, some people look at the value of your home.
Yeah, you have a $800, $1 million home.
What you're trying to do?
Let's not be scraping pennies.
We don't want to talk about
1,000,
plumbing contractors.
Oh my God!
You don't want to get involved in that and get your house messed up.
Can I also give like two more tips that just came to my mind right now? I'll also say one about the payment structure, right? So, like we said, don't pay the full 100%. Always try to stagger the payments.
Yeah.
So let's say the job costs 10,000 for whatever reason. Let the agreement be okay. Like Joe said, when you start the job, I'll give you 2,000. Okay. When you get
And so
when you have
at milestones.
exactly that's what I'm saying. So once you're like 50 or 70% done, I'll give you another 3,000, which is 5,000, and remember the total is 10. And then once the job is complete, I'll give you 10,000.
Yeah.
They have to wait for it. Now, some might be thinking, oh, how does that benefit the contractor? The contractor is very simple. If the contractor has an agreement with you and you don't pay them, they can register a lien on your property.
Yeah.
And you can never sell that property until you pay them their money. Yeah. So they are protected.
But it's not fair on me. But
it is you as a homeowner
Yeah.
that is not protected. So
Yeah.
you need to do the necessary due diligence in order to make sure that you're not getting scammed.
Yeah.
Now, the second thing I was going to talk about was be wary of people that come to you, especially if it's a big job. Like you want to renovate your basement. There's plumbing, there's drywalling, there's electricals, there's what else? There might be the ceiling person's coming to us. There might be HVAC or furnace guy. Now, the trap people fall into is someone to say, "Oh, I'm a general contractor."
It's not possible.
Now, it's not
you
even
can be
bad.
a contractor, but you're not licensed to. You can't be licensed to do all of those.
Thank you.
things.
Now, the person might even have the knowledge or the know-how, but from a risk perspective, you're better off dividing that task and that job. So think of it like you're giving one person 100,000 to do your entire basement.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if that person screws up, you're out of 100,000.
You're absolutely out.
Okay. So why not just get someone that does drywalling, get someone that does HVAC, like you get specialists in different things,
Yeah.
and that way you diversify your risk.
But it's going to be more expensive.
It might be, but what's more expensive? You paying 120 than losing the 100,000 just by putting all your eggs in one basket.
I agree. I mean, I think that's a very good point, and you find them a lot, right? And
I'm a GC. I do everything. You're not licensed to be an electrician.
And
the person will still call an electrician to do the
that's
job.
my point.
And then
That's
add
the
a
funny-
markup to it.
That's
So what's the
thing.
point?
They can't even get the job
Yeah.
done. Yeah, they have to call someone to get it done. Yeah. Trust me, I have a lot of experience with contractors. I mean,
Your translator story is wild.
I can speak to the pros, the ones that have good experiences in terms of people that have had to use a company, even had to pay the premium, and getting the difference, seeing the difference. There was a guy who was going to do my patio deck. I don't know if I told you the story, right? It was going to do my patio deck.
You told me about that.
And then
things were coming.
The guy was it was cheap,
Yeah.
right? And the guy,
you like you.
I mean, I'm telling you.
You like a good deal. Anyway, you're a realtor, so it's expected.
And when the guy started, I mean, the guy was funny enough. The experience here is the fact that I didn't lose so much because there was some credibility there. For the guy. I don't know whatever problem he had. Probably the work overwhelmed him, and the architectural structure of the work, he was tired.
Right.
So we got the first payment, which was basically for the materials
Right.
to get the wood, and then this guy started. He bought the plywood, all the deck boards, and then he started. And at some point, my wife. So when the guy left, before the guy left, my wife she called me and said, "Are you sure this guy can do this
See,
job?"
women have good intuition.
And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because I saw the guy just looking and struggling, and the guy was confused as to what to do." I said, "No, that's his way. He's very."
The guy was checking YouTube.
He's trying to build the
I was
structure.
checking YouTube. How do you build a patio?
Now the funny thing was that my wife said the guy took all the materials, some of his materials, and left. Then the following day, the guy actually came to the house and said, his hand is broken. That's so he can't continue with the job anymore. My wife laughed.
Oh my God.
My wife said, "I told you this guy." The guy was confused. But the good part of it for me is the fact that we haven't paid the guy so much of money.
Okay.
So the money for the material that we paid the guy bought all the materials and delivered everything.
And then somebody else did the job.
And I had to get someone else to do the job, right? Now,
Said my hand is broken.
Not everyone is lucky.
Poor
The guy
guy.
even came with a letter.
Poor guy.
But the letter is he probably just went somewhere, did one. Because a month after I asked the guy that when is he going to recover? I said he doesn't know when he's going to recover. Because I actually wanted to enjoy that cheap one, right?
This guy.
Now,
Indefinitely.
3 weeks after, the guy went to my friend's house
to do a job.
to bid for a job.
Oh
so
my
my friend
gosh.
called me. I said, but this guy told me that he doesn't know when. So I'm speaking from
Oh my gosh.
experience.
Guys, you think we're in a different country that this is happening in Canada, in Toronto? This is wild.
For real.
Oh my
For
gosh.
real.
I'm in tears.
Right? So we just, I think it's important that do what we've said, so that you don't lose. Because again, a bad contractor can damage your house.
Yep.
If you get a wrong plumber, water and your property, they are not friends.
Yeah.
Because our houses are made of wood.
Or the house in Hamilton where someone builds a house, they don't put insulation
Oh my God.
in the property, and then I don't know. Also, we see all sorts of things.
I mean,
I think I know that there's licensing for builders, right? But I think again, I don't want to be giving the government any ideas to keep charging more. Fees.
We need to.
But maybe there needs to be a
costing people a lot.
licensing for residential contractors. There has to be a process.
Yeah.
Because all these things that people just losing 50, 100K, 90K. I mean, guys, tell us your stories in the chat box. Let's see.
I'm sure. I mean,
I'm sure you have a story, or you know someone that knows someone that is. Please, because I think there has to be a sort of licensing for residential contractors.
Absolutely.
It's getting ridiculous.
Absolutely.
I mean, we have licenses. We have to go through a process. So why can't contractors go through that process as well?
Yeah. And then before you hire one, you want to, there's something at stake.
Yeah.
If something is wrong, you can always go there, get their ID number, and then make a complaint.
I think as of now, all buyers have is just to go to the Better Business Bureau, BBB. That's pretty much. I don't think there's any other platform. Anyways.
Maybe there's something we probably don't know, but I don't think so.
But if there is, please put it in the chat box, but I haven't heard of it.
I mean, people will not be joking with their licenses.
Yeah, true.
Because for us, example, as a realtor, there are things that guide you.
Yeah. So you mess up a house, or you can never build it or renovate a house in Canada anymore. It's that simple.
And that is it's like a check.
Yeah.
It keeps them in check.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
Because this is how they make their living.
True.
Your name is gone, blacklisted, and that's
the end.
We have something for realtors, for tenants now, that they've created for the key.
Single key for tenants.
Where you can complain about the tenant and then you black them. Anyone can go.
You can report it to tenant's credit score. So that puts people in check.
Yeah, so I think if we have the same thing for these categories of our
maybe we need to develop that
of our colleagues, there's an opportunity here. Yeah.
That's a business idea for someone.
For sure.
Anyways, guys, thanks for joining today. It's the YRJ podcast
with Nasser
and with Joe.
Thank you so much. I decided to call his name today.
Awesome.
Because my good brother.
Same here. Appreciate you.
See you next time. Thank you so much for joining.
Take care, guys.
All right.